Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. It is Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and today I am here with something kind of special. It is a challenge that was given to me by my friend Carol at A Crinkled Path, and Carol was nominated by some other creators to participate in a challenge that is hosted by two of my friends. And I'm sure you probably know them, but if you don't, hop on over. Clarissa at Paper Confessions with Amelia, and BB's Closet Creations. And they wanted to host a challenge called What's in a Name Tag. So essentially it is what's in your channel name, and then you are to tag other people and to learn more and hope that they will participate in playing along and finding out more about their channels. So again, I will tell you more about all of the participants and the hosts as well, but I was challenged by Carol, and if you don't know Carol, you need to go check her out. I love watching her channel. She is a talented artist. She is a wonderful storyteller, and the thing that I love best about her is that she really does a fantastic job of telling the story around why and her design for whatever she is creating. So it's wonderful to watch her, and I would encourage you to go over and do so. So Kara and BB, their intent was to learn more, build community, and find out from some of the creators that we so love and what their background is on their channel name. And all you need to do to participate, I will be tagging 5 people, which I'm going to tell you in just 2 seconds. And all you need to do is just hop on for a minute or 10 and share your story, and then tag BB and Karamia, and nominate some people that you would like to see in the challenge. I can already tell this is going to be a challenge, me talking and trying to do something. But all I'm doing is punching holes and putting them in the paper. It shouldn't be that hard. So I will go ahead and get started by telling you a little bit about who I am nominating. And then at the end of the video, I will tell you why I am nominating them. But at the end of the video, if you are so inclined, check out those that I have linked, including my friend Carol, who nominated me at Crinkled Path, and BB at BB's Closet Creations, and Karamia at Karamia's, Paper Confessions with Karamia. And hop on over and check them out and listen to their stories. They're really great. But I today am nominating the following talented artists. I am and content creators. First off is Kathleen at Amelia B's Crafting Adventures. I am nominating Julie at Camellia Craft Designs, in addition to Dave at Dash of Dave, and Tanya at Tatty Treasures, and finally my friend Celeste at Woodland Inspired. So all of their links to their channels will be in my description, and you can go check them out and follow along. And for those of you who I just mentioned, I hope that you take up the challenge, and I would love to know more about how you came up with your channel name. So with that, my other goal is to share with you how I came up with my channel name. Now, a lot of you know that very recently I did change my channel name, and I changed it from Meet the Shrods to The Traveling Crafter. Now, I have to tell you that that decision did not, it did not come easy. Well, the decision to change my channel name came easy. What that name would be took a very long time. I was thinking I would make an announcement, you know, it wouldn't take long, and it took months. But let me give you a little background on why I am doing what I'm doing now. Not necessarily the same goals as when I started my channel. So I started my channel many years ago. Really, the only purpose was for me to have a way in which to have some private videos that went up, whether it be for my kids or, you know, if I was trying to show somebody something and I wanted them to have access, an easy way to do that. And that was it. And I think originally my channel was probably just my name. Oh, I'm almost positive it was. It wouldn't have been anything fancy. And then Dave and I met many years later. And we started, as you guys, many of you know, we started flipping houses. And he had a real estate investment company for a long time. And when when we started dating and started to get serious and eventually get married, he had asked me, they were working on a house, and I helped with the design, you know, the redesign. So going in, talking about what walls are we going to knock out, how are we going to repurpose this house, and helped with all of that. And that's kind of where, you know, we had decided my participation would end, because I liked it and it was great. And he had a home staging company that he had used, and helped the team get started, he and another guy. And they had become so busy that they were like, you know, will you be upset if, you know, we can't do this? We're just like, we know you have a house coming up and we just don't think we have enough time. And of course, Dave, you know, liked them a lot, and he was like, no, that's fine. And he no sooner did that he called me and said, hey, just so you know, you have this amount of budget, which was not very much, I have to say. And you're going to stage our house to get it on the market. Oh, that's not going to work. And I was like, okay. Actually, I was kind of excited about it because I love home decorating. I love everything about it. So it was, I mean, I didn't really think much of it, but it worked really, really well. We had a great time. And so at that point, we started a sister company, if you will, called Restoration Harmony. So that was really our brand, if you will, because we didn't really use the real... What is the problem here? I guess I'm just being persnickety. Okay, it's fine. Let's go from the back. And that is how Dave and I kind of got started in all of together, and in doing more beyond our flip houses and more into client consults and doing redesigns of other people's homes and that kind of thing. So that is that. Well, as time went on, we had a little thing called quarantine. And we weren't doing houses. And so with that said, I was like, okay, I need something creative to keep my mind busy. And I kind of busted out I think I'm just going to do this. I'm going to do this. I busted out my background in adult education, in mindfulness and such, and decided to build a course, which I did. And I launched on a different platform. I don't know why, but I didn't think about YouTube. I was only using that, then to do on occasion a video for our flip houses, which wasn't much because I hadn't really thought of that until, I wasn't doing a lot of content from our houses in advance to put up on our channel. So it was there wasn't a lot there. So I did the course, and the course was mindfulness to restore you. So that's why I used that hashtag. And when we started doing all of these houses and we traveled a lot and such, we had a lot of friends that would joke and say, you need a channel and you need to call it Meet the Shrods, and then talk about all of your, shenanigans. Well, at some point when I started doing videos, I think more consistently, I just changed it to that and didn't really, again, I wasn't thinking about really making a career out of being a content creator or as such. So I didn't really think much of it. And then as I continued down that path, I had created the course. I was like, I really want a platform that people don't have to pay a lot of money in order to, not that it was a ton of money, but I just didn't want them to have to pay for them to get content from me. And I wanted a way that I could build a better community, especially being in quarantine. And that is when I decided to do some DIYs. I did, all sorts of different kinds of videos, but I really had a love of junk journaling and such. So as my channel grew, and as I decided on really what is my goal going to be, and do I want to make this a business venture and become a full-time content creator, I knew that at some point I was going to have to change my channel name. And that was just the way that it was going to be. But I didn't know what I wanted to change it to, because Meet the Shrods really wasn't the right option, because at the time, Dave was not, I was just doing these videos. Dave was not participating as much. I would totally be okay with him doing videos with me. But I don't think he really wanted to craft. And I knew that to restore you, while a great hashtag, because, the creativity side of what I do is important, and having it be something that is, as I always say, something that allows you to unleash your creativity and be a way for you to create a more positive, mindful mindset through your art. I still knew that Meet the Shrods was not a brand that either Dave and I thought that would, work for a long period of time. I know this is a long story, but I know many of you have asked and wondered, and so I am going to tell you. So I did a poll. I shared it on, shared my ask on several videos saying, I really need help choosing a channel name. And here are some of my ideas. What are your ideas? Help me out. And oh my gosh, I had some fabulous ideas from all of my viewers, and it was wonderful. But I still, and then I kept thinking, I could combine some of these together, and I could do this, and although they were all wonderful, nothing really spoke to me. And I'm not sure exactly when it was, but it was during a conversation, after a conversation that Dave and I had about what our future looked like. And I have mentioned many times that I have a severe amount of wanderlust, which means I love to travel. I love adventure. I love seeing new places, new things. And I always have. And I have a degree in travel and tourism. I worked for the airlines for 13 years. I traveled extensively, all over for my job in the airlines. But then when I worked in the insurance company, I also traveled for a lot of the time, that probably 75% of my time that I worked at that job for 15 years, I was on the road. So I love traveling. And the one thing that Dave and I aspire to do is to be able for us to continue to do what we love, whether that be, well, for him, I mean, continuing to work as a dentist, and potentially do some volunteer things, and travel and work and help out other offices and such. And for me to continue to be able to hunt for vintage, for me to continue to be a content creator. And we want to do that via some kind of RV motorhome, which, by the way, Dave is at a RV show today. And so we knew that that's what we wanted long term, because all of our kids will be out of the house very, very shortly, unfortunately. It makes me sad. But that's our chance to do some fun things while still, continuing our careers. And I knew that I wanted to focus on building the brand and my channel, and to do exactly what I said, which is dream, design, and inspire. It is the tagline for not only Restoration Harmony, it is the tagline for everything that Dave and I do, because we truly believe in it. So we had this conversation, and we kind of were imagining ourselves what it would look like on the road and that kind of thing. And I went to bed that night, and I woke up and I thought, wait a minute. I mean, I know it's simple, but why not just be the traveling crafter and make one channel? And I know a lot of people have many channels depending on what they're working on. So I just felt like I was muddying the waters by saying, okay, should I have a separate channel for what we do with Meet the Shrods? Should I change the channel or start a new channel? And it was just getting to be too convoluted. So my decision was made that, because the majority of the time that I am on here, it is taking you along with me shopping for vintage, things that I do on my live sales, and doing art, whether it be junk journals or whatever. And it was just like it came to me overnight, like God gave me a sign, and I was like, okay, well, that's easy enough. And I made a commitment that anything that Dave and I do will be on this channel. And I can't foresee that there would be any need for that to be different. But I wanted there to be one place so that regardless of the reason that somebody was watching, that we were able to make a difference in someone's life, whether they wanted to shop along with me, whether they wanted to, see Dave and I on a trip, which we haven't been on for a while, whether they want to watch a tutorial, that they could pick and choose, and that no matter who they were, anyone could watch if they want to, participate in a live sale, whatever the case may be. And so I made the decision, and I made the announcements, and I did, the giveaways, and it has really been amazing. how easy the transition was, because I was really nervous about it. I'm like, what if nobody watches me? Or what if they see my channel name and they're like, who the heck is this? Delete, you know? And maybe some people did. I mean, it's very possible. But I just knew that if I didn't, I needed to change my name sooner than later, because it was confusing and it was too many things. Like, you know, was it Restoration Harmony? Was it Meet the Shrods? And that's okay, because, you know, my intent wasn't to end up being a full-time content creator when I started this, and now I am. So it made sense. And, you know, sometimes we have to learn to pivot, right? We have to take the time to see what's working, what's not, and perhaps what our goals are. So I changed my name to the Traveling Crafter, and I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed working. I haven't come up with a permanent logo yet. I have a temporary one, so I've had fun working on designing that. I've had fun, you know, playing with some of the Traveling Crafter, and I'd already had a playlist called the Traveling Crafter, which was all things that I would take on the road, and I would share with you kind of my tips and tricks. And so just kind of continuing that, I finally am like, okay, now, once all my business cards from, you know, that we've had forever, I can get new business cards, and, you know, all of my things that are, you know, together. Restoration Harmony will never go away, but it's not something that I really talk about on the channel. It's just our business. It's just our LLC. And if and when we decide to hit the road and we determine that we want to do more houses, then Restoration Harmony will be talked about. But until then, we're just having fun doing crafts. So there's my story. And with that said, I think I covered everything. I mean, if you have questions, you're welcome to ask in the comments. With that said, I'm going to have to cut some of these down, but I'm just getting them in the journal. I want to talk a little bit more about the friends that I invited to participate, so you know a little bit more about them. So the first is Celeste at Woodland Inspired, and Celeste is just a joy. I found her channel quite a while ago, and we just started commenting on each other's videos, and then she started coming to live sales, and you know, she's just wonderful, and we have become friends. So go check her channel out. She is lovely. You will love her channel. And next is Tanya with Tatty Treasures and Friends. So she was one of the first creators that I actually participated in a challenge. I had never done a challenge before, and so I joined in one of her challenges, and she is abroad, so I love anything about anyone with an accent. Just makes me very happy to begin with. I mean, not that is why I watch her, but you know, she does some other videos as well where she goes out and does walkabouts with you know, her puppy and her grandkids and that kind of thing. And so it's fun to watch her, and she does some live craft with me as well. So that's the one that I think you should truly go check out as well. So Tanya, if you're watching, I hope you're up for the challenge. Let's see, I need to go to the front of this because it's real heavy on the stuff I put these pages in, and I had to do some adjusting on the poor donkey journal. Because this little donkey journal was in a sad state of disrepair. And next is Dash of Dave. Now, Dave I've been watching for probably I don't know, 6 months to a year. And I want you to go check him out. Oftentimes he will do videos, and sometimes he will have his bestie, his best friend, who is Brian, also known as the Silvered Fox, and he has a channel too. And they're just funny, and they are inspirational. And it was the two of them who inspired me. And I'm hoping that maybe both of them will do this, but I'll just tag them both. I know, I'm a rule breaker. I'll do 6. It was the two of them, and especially Brian, who's encouraged me to list my first journal on Etsy. I had never listed a journal on Etsy. I had given them as gifts. I had sold some at some of our farmers markets, but never on Etsy. And so I was a nervous wreck. And he said, you don't know if you don't do it. And he said, if it sits there for months, it's okay. At least you put it out there. And I sold my first journal much faster than I had expected. And it was very, very happy. It made me very happy. And I have since sold others. And so I thank Dave and Brian for encouraging me to do that. And so I want to tag the two of them, and I'm hoping you'll go over and check out their channels as well. And then my friend Julie at Amelia Craft Designs. What can I say? She is a talented artist. She makes me belly laugh. And I feel like I am sitting there crafting with her as I'm watching her. So she is absolutely lovely. I have purchased from her Etsy shop as well, which she has some beautiful things. And she's just a pleasure and just a good-hearted spirit. So go check her out, and hopefully she will play along, because I'm very curious as to how she came up with her channel name. And then finally is one of my newest friends who I have, I've said this before about, some of my friends that I've connected with, whether they're creators or just friends in my life. There's people that you just know immediately. It's kind of like when you're dating and you're like, oh my gosh, that's my soulmate. That's the man I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. Oftentimes when you meet somebody who is going to be your friend and that you look forward to having a friendship with. And that is Kathleen at Amelia B's Crafting Adventures. And we have started to create a really awesome friendship as well, just like some of the others that I've been so happy to know and who I talk about often. And she is extremely talented as well. She does everything. I mean, I think that's one of the reasons I love her art so much, is because I tend to, do a lot of paper crafting on here, but I love trying different things. And I said last year I was going to do more of that. And so she's an inspiration to me. And she does stained glass, and she paints, and she does journals, and she makes, and I won't share everything, but she makes little dolls. And, because I'm hoping she's going to share what her name of her channel is and why. And there's, some story behind that. And just the other day she was making a lamps actually, and lampshades. And so she's just a fun, creative, and she also makes me giggle. Like, I feel like oftentimes when I'm with all of these people that I'm telling you, and some of you who have already been tagged, that I had to really think and make sure I didn't re-tag somebody, that I'm sitting in my craft room with you guys by my side, and I think it's just a fun and heartwarming feeling to have when you are a content creator, and I think we've got one of the best communities ever. So I hope all of you will hop on over to all of the channels I mentioned, and I hope that all of you I mentioned will indulge me, humor me, and tell us a little bit about why you named your channel what you did, and participate in BB and Akira's challenge, which is what's in a name? Tag. So, friends, until next time, I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember to take time to just be, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.